to, I think, Teams and maybe this PowerPoint Live will have quite a bit of promise. I like
Good.
the Microsoft Forms that the form quizzing, and the flip grid is kind of neat. I really like the
Yeah.
flip grid.
And I
And
encourage everyone, even if they're, I hope it wasn't busy work. I was trying to design the course. I know you won't use all of these because there's certain ones that'll fit better in your environment, but I'm hoping you could go back to your schools, go back to your departments, and maybe share, because I think we're all in this situation that we're trying to make the best of whatever this fall looks like. And I'm hopeful. Hey, let me pick up there. I've turned on recording for those who are joining us. This is our last meet and greet, and we're our last recording. This week, I'm going to encourage you to your last final project I wanted to mention is worth 20% of your grade. It's kind of our exam project. It's where you're going to email me an idea of how you could take some of the tools, but I really hope it's something that you can use. That's most important to me, is that it's not busy work, that you can apply some of what we've learned and put together something that you could use this fall and just share it with me as well. So hoping and that will be the case. Let me get everyone in here. Welcome, Allison. Welcome, Christy. I don't know if anyone else snuck in here and I didn't see. Welcome back. Hey, let me go now into, let me get everybody in here. Hey, there's
Can I,
Natalie. Well, we've got a lot today. Good.
can I,
Welcome, Natalie. Hey,
Corinne,
you should be able to see my screen right now. And today we're going to go over just a couple Microsoft Office technologies, and one of which you're going to be, some of these you're going to be trying in your assignment. So let me first explain the difference between PowerPoint installed and the PowerPoint online. If you remember at the beginning of the course, I had a download if you didn't have full Office on your machine that you could download. And now, for example, if you type in PowerPoint down here in the bottom left, this is what we call the fully installed version of PowerPoint. It's the one that has all the features. Now, there's a second one. I'm going to now head to the website office.com. Office.com is the lightweight version of Microsoft that's free. So there's two versions. When I go to office.com, you will see these apps. Now these apps right here aren't the fully installed premium versions. These are the free ones. They're lightweight. So for example, if I click this one right here for PowerPoint, I get what we call the online version of PowerPoint. And what I've done in the online version of PowerPoint is I've loaded my slide deck today, and we're going to do something different with it. We're not using Pear Deck today. Go grab your smartphone, and in a minute, we are going to show you how we're going to use our smartphone. We're going to be using your smartphone camera. But before we do that, I'm giving everyone a chance to go grab their smartphone and come right back. I want to show you where I am. I'm under the slideshow tab, and there is a brand new tool that works even at CVCC, sorry, called Present Live. It's right here. It's under the slideshow tab. So we're going to, John, I see that your hand's raised. Can I help?
oh, yes. Well, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, I raised my hand back when Ernie said that he was going to use Teams for his classes. And I was wondering if you made any progress in getting Teams opened up so that we can actually make Teams. And my other question,
we can use Teams. We just have to ask William Osborne to put our classes in it for us instead of doing it ourselves. So you will have to ask William. And I could talk to you more off channel, but that's good.
okay.
Hey,
And
so here we are.
Can I have another question?
Yes, please.
You're at office.com. I don't need to be there, right? I can just use my Office 365 for this.
When you try this later, you are going to go to office.com because this feature is only in the online version, and you'll see why in a second.
Okay.
Okay. So to do this next assignment, you're going to go to Office. Sorry, guys, everybody's showing up. Hey, go to office.com and we're going to click on the slideshow tab. And right here it says present live. But before I click that button, I'm going to click this arrow right beside it. There's two things here I want you to be aware of. If you were just doing it in Bedford County Schools or in CVCC, you could say only people in your organization. But you guys are all coming today from different groups, so I'm going to go with anyone. And now I'm going to click Present Live. And everybody grab your smartphones, and I want you to open your smartphone cameras, not a QR code reader. Your smartphone camera. Smartphone cameras, iPhone or Android, can now read QR codes, so point the camera in the direction of the computer. And then where it'll pop up, it'll say web page. Tap here to get started. Go ahead, point the camera at the screen, and then tap where it says web page. And right now, already, right here, it shows that 6 of you have already did this. Now, if you don't have a smartphone today, I have a workaround for you. Do you see this address up at the top here? I want you to open a separate browser tab and type that address in. And if somebody wouldn't mind, type in that address that I'm pointing to in our chat, just so that if someone comes late, they would know where to go. So right now we have 10 of you in there, so that's great. Now notice something, and I'm going to show those who don't have a smartphone today. As I'm talking, do you guys see my voice doing a live transcript on the student's device? And why could that be helpful? If my student was hearing impaired, now they can hear me. If I'm speaking too fast, now students can go back and see what I said. If the student prefers a different language, they can get it. Let me show you. Everyone tap English in the bottom left-hand. Tap English, and then pick a language that you would prefer, maybe Spanish, maybe anything listed here, Italian, wherever. And now it could do live transcriptions for you as we go through. So if the student would comprehend more so and read a different language, that's awesome. So now we have perfect translation, but I can do more than that. Everybody in the bottom right-hand corner of your device, I want you to tap the happy face in the bottom right-hand corner. And then if everybody would, start tapping the emojis that you're seeing. An emoji is a little happy face or a heart or something. So as I'm going through the presentation, if you wouldn't mind giving me some feedback. Now, students could pick the 6 emoji. The 6 emoji is confusion. Everybody give me the 6 emoji there. So if I start seeing these, I'll know that the class is lost and I can do this. But it's more than this. Let me show you. I'm going to now go, and here's how I move through my slides. Hold on. Down here at the bottom, do you see I have this little control tool? Look where I'm pointing, everyone. So I can hit my arrows to go through my slides. I can go back, and I can keep moving through my presentation. But now the students can see my translation at the bottom of their slide and also on their device. This way, if they don't have a device, they could still see what I'm saying on the bottom of the screen as well. So now here's something kind of cool. I'm going to go to my next slide, and everyone on your device, look underneath the slides where it says 2 of 19. I want you to hit the left arrow to the left of 2 of 19. Do you guys see how you can go back to an earlier slide and even scroll up and down of what I was saying at that second? So that if I went too quickly past a slide, now the students can go back. And here's something really neat. 30 minutes after we shut up and I stop, you guys are going to be able to watch and continue to go through the slides and see what I've written for the next 30 minutes, so that after class, if students still need a little extra time, they would be able to still be able to see that presentation. Hey, if you guys like that, give me some emojis real quick here. Do you remember how to do that? And you can hit them lots of times as well. Do you see what's happening? Now, when I'm done as the presenter from presenting this, I'm going to get feedback from all of you. It's going to tell me on which slide were students confused by giving me the confused emoji, and which ones did they like. Isn't this pretty cool? So you could use this in Zoom. You could use this in Teams. You could even use this in Google Classroom. It's free. So you could use PowerPoint Live anywhere. Now, hey, while we're using PowerPoint Live, let me also show you something else. Everybody look on the big screen, my screen right here. Look where I'm pointing right now. At any point in time, I could show the welcome screen again, just in case a student has just joined us and now wants to point their camera at the QR code. In fact, someone just did that. So that can help get us back at any time. Hey, I want to talk about Office is now been renamed. And just so that you generally know this, the new name for the entire Office suite is actually called Microsoft 365. And why should you know this? Well, Microsoft has renamed it on April 22nd, and that was just a couple months ago, and life has been so busy, no one probably mentioned it. So what Microsoft has done is now, look at the big blue cloud on the edge. They're now calling it Microsoft 365. It includes Office, but it also includes Windows 10 for PC users. And look at this other item. It also includes something called mobility and security. I'm going to show you what that is. So when a school uses Office 365, they're now actually using Microsoft 365, and they're calling it the trifecta. They've actually lowered the price to get more schools an easy part of it. Do you remember I just said that it has this mobile security side? Well, in the next couple weeks, you're going to probably see this on television, and I wanted you guys to be the first to know. Microsoft 365 is also coming out with, for free, a piece called Family Safety. And some of you are going to see this as a little big brother-ish, but I think it's cool to understand. What it allows you to do is put an app called Microsoft 365 Family Safety on your mobile devices of your family members. And it will tell you continuously, if the person allows it, where that person is. And if they're children, they don't get to allow it, that you can constantly see. So you would see their current location on a map. You can even see how fast they're driving. I know some of you are going to be like, oh, no, we don't. But if you have children, I can think you can see the point in this. And it can also lock down things like screen time. So you can locate your loved ones. You can drive smarter. It gives you a drive report of every driver in the family. Uh-oh. And, well, let me show you. It also can delineate screen time. You know, if we have students and our children home more and more, and if they're not in school, screen time becomes an issue. So you can actually turn their devices off using this app from, let's say, 10 p.m. at night to 6 a.m. And it will also block them from apps or gaming that are not appropriate to their age. So if we're talking a 12-year-old, let's say. Let me just show it to you real quick. If this plays for us. So just wanted you to know, with all the name changes, what are some of the things that are happening. Also want to show you a few more tools within Office, and you're going to be trying some of these out this week. This one is called the PowerPoint Presenter Coach. And I'm hopeful if we do have more remote classes, that instead of our voice being the only ones, that students could present as well at any grade level or in the college environment as well. Let me show you what this is. And I am going to drop out temporarily out of this PowerPoint. What I'm going to do real quick, somebody's got a big dog. Oh my goodness. Hey, I'm going to go, I'm again in this office.com PowerPoint. And let me explain. The reason that we're using the present live here and this feature called Rehearse with Coach is both of these tools have to be in the cloud to work. In other words, right now you guys are joining me in the cloud on my device. So that's why you can't use the full version of PowerPoint locally, because it's a local and not online. We've got to have everything online for them to work together. So I'm back in office.com. I've opened a little PowerPoint about travel since I'm not able to travel right now. And let's say I am a high school student who's going to be presenting these slides to my class. Are you with me? I'm going to go under the slideshow tab. I'm going to click right here, Rehearse with Coach. And what happens is it uploads, here's my PowerPoint slide ready to show my class. But down here, it says, do you want to start rehearsing? It's going to give me live feedback using artificial intelligence as I present. It's going to look at my pace, my choice in words. Am I reading my slides? Am I going too fast? Am I being biased? All of this. So guys, I am purposely, please understand what I'm about to do. I'm going to be a 9th grade student who speaks way too fast, and I'm going to blow through this way too fast. So I'm going to do this poorly so you can see. So I'm going to start right now. I'm clicking start rehearsing. Hey class, I'm here. I'm Corinne. I'm going to do travel design, and I can't wait to hurry up and finish this presentation. I want to be a policeman when I grow up. Everybody look down here. Do you see what it's saying? I should say something like police officer. I'm saying too much. How to start being a digital nomad, reduce and eliminate expenses, decide on location. I'm going to do some common travel seasons, and yay, I'm done, everybody. Yay. Okay, back. Sorry. At the end of the presentation, it'll automatically post this rehearsal report. I'm going to be requiring of my students before they're going to speak to the class is to go through this rehearsal point 2 or 3 times and share with me that screenshot to show that they have practice first. Let me show you some things on this report. First of all, I was only presenting for 36 seconds. And if the job is to present for 2 minutes, I better slow down. Originality, it might say I was reading the text aloud. And look right down here, I kept saying man, maybe staff, or if I said policeman, I probably should have said police officer. Do you see some of these biased? And I have to tell you, a lot of times we have younger students who will say very, very off-color phrases because they hear their parents do it, not realizing that that's not okay. And this will actually pick that up. And so they would save that embarrassment. This would be good to know, right? And look at my pace. I was way too fast. I should have slowed down. Do you see that I was off the chart up here? I really should be more in the middle of the screen and not popping up so much. And at the beginning, I was too monotone. So I should have more pitch in my voice because I was speaking like this way too fast. And look at my fillers right here. And if I click learn more in any of these categories, it gives me all these personalized recommendations of things that I could do to make my presentation better. Hey, now that you've seen this, I'm going to go back and resume the session. That means you're going to be able to get back to the slide I'm on. Does everyone see that on your mobile device? It's resuming. Everybody give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or I'm lost. What do you guys think of Presenter Coach? Share with me on your device. Do you think this would help students become a better presenter? And this is brand new, but totally free because it's in the office.com PowerPoint. So now using things like this will really help your presentation skills. Public speaking for a lot of students is very difficult. So this is why having a coach is so important. And this presenter coach in PowerPoint will definitely give you some tips as you move along. And remember, these are the live tips that you see as you go. By the way, here's what it would say if you need to speak a bit slower. It gives you that real-time feedback. And best man for the job, maybe the best person for the job. And a lot of people do use these fillers. We all have those tics. And if you're just reading your slides, it will give you some on-screen recommendations. So I really think this is going to be the better way to use to get students to help us present. Hey, let me show you another feature. It's called Slide Designer. You're going to try it out. Let me just show a couple seconds of this video and then we'll do it live. Do you see how nicely it made that? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to open my regular fully installed PowerPoint, but it also works on the online PowerPoint. So it doesn't matter which one that you're using. And let's say I just have a blank presentation. Do you notice now it gives me all these great design ideas on the right? But it's more than just these design ideas. Look at these. Some of these have moving backgrounds, which are pretty neat. But there's tons of these design ideas. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some images on this slide. I'm going to go up to Insert and go to Pictures. And I could get online pictures or pictures from my own device. Let me go here. Let's say today I'm teaching photography like John does. I have to take his class one time. I can't wait because that would be fun, I think. So I'm going to grab lots of images right here. And when they come in, it's going to give me the option of designing them better on my slide. Let me do that again on a blank slide because I think I had too much on that one already. So let me just add a new slide here. So I'm going to, again, include some online pictures. And by the way, these pictures that are coming in are Creative Commons. What that means is you don't get in trouble by putting them in your presentation. So the copyright is good. So now when I put multiple pictures in, do you see over here? It starts giving me layouts for how I could lay out this slide. Isn't this cool? It looks a lot better than maybe what I would come up with. So now when you put images in, it'll kind of do that professional look. And now if I go to run that slide, look how cool that slide looks instead of just plain old square photos all over my presentation. And a lot of us are going to probably be using PowerPoint quite a bit to present with, or even Google Slides. So having a nice professional look to our slides with this new designer is the way to go here. So hopefully you'll be able to try that as well. Let me go ahead and resume our session. Last couple things I want to show you in our time. If you're curious of what version of Office that you do have, you can always go to File and Account in any Office product. And notice the new copies now say Microsoft 365, or 365, not Office 365. So go under File and Account to see what version you have. Now, last couple things which I know you're going to love. Microsoft Editor is something brand new in Word as well. And Microsoft Editor is kind of like the spell check on steroids. Yeah, that's okay. But let me show you two new pieces that are being added in the next couple weeks. One, this is the second one, it's going to be also able to detect unintentional biased language and suggest words or phrases that can be swapped. And again, as students are learning, I think this is really helpful to make sure that we honor diversity in our class. Everybody look at the third bullet, and if there's any teacher in here, you're going to love this. There's going to be a new built-in plagiarism detector that the students can see and teachers can see for free inside of Word. That way you'll know if 100% has been copied, 30%, and it will tell you the websites they came from. So you can see if the students have properly put this in their own words or cited it properly. And I think we really have trouble, especially in high schools and colleges, knowing if students really wrote that paper or not. And for now, to have a built-in plagiarism detector, this is a game changer in education. So now we have all of those pieces. Let me show you a couple other pieces. Another piece is there's now a resume creator that's in Word. And hopefully you guys love your jobs and you don't need this for yourself. But those of you who teach older grades, creating your resume is going to be a part of getting that next level job. Now you could create your resume like this, but I do not suggest it. Take a look. Yeah, that's not going to work. So instead, let's take a look at using Microsoft Word's LinkedIn Resume Assistant. I'm going to go ahead and show this live to you. Let's say I am a student who's working on my resume, and here I am. I'm going to go up to the Review tab and click on Resume Assistant. And if you're from CVCC, please, please, please watch this because we have a lot of students who could use your help. Go to the Review tab, go to Resume Assistant, and it automatically, for free, connects you to LinkedIn. Now, it will ask you, what is your role? I'm going to put in that I'm a college professor, but you could put anything. I could put lawn care maintenance. I could put in, I am a babysitter, whatever. And it will then ask me what industry is that a part of, in my case, higher education. But anyone could put that in there. What it then does is connect to LinkedIn and shows me other folks' resumes without any private or personal information in here to show you what are some ways of items that I need. So I could put here, created and led a weekly professional development training program for community college faculty to help improve teaching. Boy, I could use this. But I wouldn't copy and paste this, but I could get thousands and thousands of examples here to show me what are my competitors saying in their resumes. And believe me, we have a lot of students who really could write better resumes in here. Also, we could come down to the bottom, and it also gives you the capability of making sure that you apply to jobs that are in your neck of the woods. So when I now go under the Resume Assistant here, I can scroll down to the bottom and say, I live in Lynchburg, Virginia, and it will actually show me jobs who need my job qualifications in the local area. As you can see, Liberty University is hiring a lot of adjunct professors right now. So we could see what that candidate would look like. Pretty cool? So this is a game changer with artificial intelligence out there as well. What do you guys, let me go ahead and resume. What do you guys think of the LinkedIn Resume Assistant? Give me some emoji love here. Isn't that amazing? And a big game changer. Last couple things. When we have a lot of the finance folks joining us from different counties and systems, so I wanted to show this, but this could be great for you. In Excel, there's now a money. I know we have Ernie with us today who teaches economics. So let me show you what this is. It's free as well. So now in Excel, there's no cost.
Your checking, savings, 401k, or other financial accounts.
Stocks.
money.
I had to show this, one of our faculty is part of today is Ernie. He teaches personal finance, and this is free and it's secure. In other words, it's secure like any web service that you would go online with your login to your bank. It actually is going through your bank to get this information safely. So it's called Excel Money, and all you'd have to do is open Excel. When you search for the templates, just type money. So pretty exciting there as well. Well, guys, last thing, promise. A lot of students this fall may need computers, and I know at our college, a lot of our students don't have technology at home, and it's been almost impossible. CVCC this fall is going to be completely online, except for our lab classes and our high school dual enrollment. I want to show you, if you just Google or Bing Microsoft Education laptops, these are great ones that are really at a low cost. Look at some of these. I'm going to circle this one right here. Students for only $219 could get a brand new computer, although we have several computer companies, even in Lynchburg, that are selling used computers for refurbished for like $100. And I just don't want them to think they have to spend $2,000 on a high-end computer, and they don't. This one has Windows 10. It has Microsoft 365 with Office already on board, and only $219. By the way, a Chromebook starts at around $300 to $350. So now they would get a full computer for a lot less money than just a Chromebook that's only a browser. So wanted to make sure that everyone knows that if someone says, hey, our family needs a computer, what should we buy? Go to the Microsoft Education laptop site. Their prices are lower than you're going to find most likely in your local stores or on Amazon, but always compare, always, because you never know, there could be some type of sale. Whew. Okay, guys, quick questions. Did you pick up some new items there? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Any questions real quick? You can go on audio. Everyone's quiet.
Because Bedford County's all Google, and the kids have their own Chromebooks from the school. So how would I get like my PowerPoints that are the stable old version and be able to get them to be the PowerPoint live and get them in Google Classroom or something?
Good news. Because we're using office.com, that works on a Chromebook.
Okay.
So you just open it, and the Chrome browser, go to office.com, and you'll be able to use both PowerPoint Live and Presentation Coach. Every student would be able to do that because it's not that full premium version. Okay. So everything we did today, except the Excel Money that has to be done on the full product, would work. So that's kind of cool. Good question. So you'll be able to use the PowerPoint Live, get their little feedback. Now let me show you. I'm going to close now. I'm going to go to this PowerPoint that we've been using, and I am going to, end it. I'm going to click End Session. Everybody now look on your mobile device. I've been working too much in Canada. I say mobile too often. And it's going to say connection issue for a second, but in a minute, you're going to get a little pop-up form on your device that says, rate today's presentation and did you have any questions? And that's good feedback for your instructor. In about 30 minutes, I'll get your feedback through a free email through my Microsoft account. So that way, if a student has some questions, they could write it in there and I can get back to that student. So pretty nice. Jacqueline, I see your hand up.
Well, it went up a long time ago.
Sorry.
I couldn't get on at the very beginning, the little square thing. The toolbar is like right across the screen, and it wouldn't read it, but I finally got in. So.
Okay, good. Sorry about that. By the way, you could always just go to a web page the webpage that was popped up on the top right, ppt.ms, and those numbers. And so again, maybe
But
this.
I do have another question.
Yes. Go
All
ahead,
right.
Jacqueline.
So like when you did your little video things, I didn't see that on my phone.
Correct.
So is that?
Yeah, it does not do the videos on the phone, but at least they get the core concepts,
Okay.
which I think are really helpful. A lot of times I'll put the link in the chat for the students to the YouTube if they want to go back and watch it. If you noticed in your homework, there are a lot of PowerPoint YouTube links so that you can go back and watch things over again. Well, guys, this is the last time I will see you somewhat remote face-to-face. I hope it has not been a class that was busy and overwhelming. I know with everything happening in your world, it's always hard to find time, but I'm hopeful, very hopeful, that maybe, just maybe, you could use a couple of these pieces no matter what the fall looks like. On August 5th, on August 3rd, we are running this class again by popular demand. So if you have any of your colleagues that would be interested, they can start right away. We've already opened the class so that they can get it done before the school year started. And we're doing the same things. They must go to the fall schedule to look at ITE 295. And we are doing a repeat of this if anyone has a colleague that you think might be interested, because we know there's a big need out there for a lot of new innovation. Well, guys, thank you and have a great rest of your summer.
Thank you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
thank you, Corinne.
Thank you.
It was a great course.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
You know how it's tough when it's your own colleagues. I think the pressure is a little bit more on, so I really value your statements. I really do. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Hey, Corinne, there's
Yes,
one
Ernie?
other thing I want to say. One thing that I did learn, that ignorance will not necessarily kill you, but it can make you sweat a lot.
It is challenging. I mean, you know, we get comfortable in the technology that we have to use with our schools. And so anytime we're pushed out of our, you know, who moved my cheese moment, it's like, what? And then sometimes it takes a week later after you see one of these technologies to go, that wasn't too bad after all. Well, guys,
Corinne,
thank you so much. And anytime you guys email me, even this fall, I will help you if you get stuck on any of these things. I got your back. Okay, guys?
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.